Well, hello there guys, welcome back to our Spanish Civil War Let's Play, and as somebody mentioned in the comments, no pasaran, they will not pass. Now, we've done all our moves this turn. For those of you that missed those moves, definitely go ahead and take a look at the previous video here. I will be linking the series in the comments, so definitely do that. And feel free, like other commenters have done, to go ahead and, add your thoughts. I'm going to be ending the turn now because, like I said, we moved everything. We've even moved the Republican Navy, which is not the greatest. And we're going to end the turn over to Franco's forces. All right, I told you guys, it doesn't matter if we control the seas because the Moroccan troops are going to be airlifted in, and that's exactly what just happened. And they are going to not only provide a huge bonus to the fascists, but they're going to be extremely terrible to the civilian population. Not exactly the most friendly people in the world. They are very reliable troops for Franco. So here we go. It looks like the fascists are actually just reinforcing. But again, I mentioned in the last Let's Play, that makes me a little uncomfortable, because that makes me think they're planning for something. Usually, the fascists are always attacking, almost consistently, non-stop. Here, they just seem to be reinforcing some troops and some cities. So, we're going to have to think about this one. I might do the same and go ahead and take this turn to reinforce a good portion of my troops. Alright, the German assistance and Italian air assistance is here. Mostly German air assistance. And that bombing I was talking about, that horrible bombing done by Franco's forces, is called the bombing of Guernica. And I believe it was actually done by Germans, if I'm not mistaken, German bombers. And they just basically flattened the entire population, including civilians. It was really brutal. And I think it was Salvador Dali that did a painting on it. Really beautiful stuff, and something you should take a look at. So over here on the border of Portugal, they are actually attacking us quite a lot, and I think I understand why. Number one, we don't have a lot of units defending that area, but number two, the Portuguese are actually supporters of Franco. In fact, 10,000 Portuguese went to fight for Franco's forces. Forget right now the name, but I'll try to remember to put it in the comments. And they were basically their own unit, and for Portugal also furnished Franco with weapons, bullets, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I'm not exactly proud of my country when it comes to how they acted in the Spanish Civil War. So, they hit us pretty hard there near Cordoba. We want to go ahead and see if we can't maybe reinforce our units there. And the Bakunin column is destroyed, and Bakunin is, without a doubt, my favorite anarcho-syndicalist author, so that sucks. Luckily, it wasn't Bakunin that was killed. Now, let's keep on moving. We want to put this artillery somewhere where it's going to be useful. And I'm thinking actually right here, kind of outside of Madrid, we can hit all of these units. Because maybe we can put this already in the hills. I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to be a terrible idea. And this is going to be our Catalunya Company HQ, so we'll put them over here. You guessed it, Catalunya. Okay, we'll put this guy near our new tank, and the Meta HQ. We'll also put, we'll put him over here in Valencia. Should always have somebody protecting our most valuable cities. We've also got this tank, the King Kong Tank Regiment, an anarchist tank regiment. It seems like something out of Mad Max. What we're going to do is actually max reinforce this. Yeah, that's right. I had to go with the pun. And now we're probably going to continue our attacks here on Barbastro. Somebody mentioned something in the comments about being north of the river, so I think it's this unit he was talking about. I could be wrong. But what we want to do is just basically make sure none of our units are actually on the river tile when we attack. But as you can see, they're putting up a pretty good fight here at Barbastro. That's definitely leading me to believe that we might be better off just reinforcing our guys, if we can. Again, we can't reinforce them in every case. I am going to send our strongest units into Huesca. So that's the Karl Marx column, and that is actually one of the columns of Boom. Boom is, of course, once again, the communist force that a lot of people are going to be surprised by this, that George Orwell fought in. Yeah, he fought alongside communists against the fascists. I don't want to get into the politics of it because I could end up losing viewers here. Let's just say that 1984 is not just about a totalitarian communist government. It's really just about totalitarian governments in general. It doesn't really matter, the politics. It's kind of irrelevant, almost. So, let's see. Yeah, I really do want to move forward and attack, but these guys have been doing a damn good job. Good job, Ascazo column, and we'll actually move the Ortiz column across the river. The only thing I don't like about this situation is they have a lot of reinforcements here. Let's bring in our Air Force. Nice hits! Great job by the 2nd Air Fleet. And of course, we'll move forward with our CNT-5 commander, Durruti himself. Sending the... What are these guys called? This is the Macha Company's column. Catalan, wow! So this is actually a Catalan unit. And I think we should be able to reinforce some of our Republicans. And yeah, getting them to 8 is big, especially since if you look here, they have 1 medal. You basically can get 5, which would mean the unit is extremely good. But, you know, 1 is pretty good in a war like this. Not everybody has combat experience. In fact, a lot of the CNT-5 troops don't have combat experience. You know, they're basically civilians that have risen up to fight for the anarchists. So their combat experience is limited, to say the least. Now, Durruti's here, and I'm going to send the Carod Ferrer column. And I'll admit, I don't know Carod Ferrer. So for any of you anarchists or lefties in the chat, maybe for you right-wingers that take an interest in the Spanish Civil War, maybe you could tell me who the hell that is. Probably just look it up on Wikipedia at the end of this stream. Oh, this isn't a stream. See, I've been doing so many streams recently that my videos almost feel like streams now. Okay, let's see. So this is the Iron Column. Again, a very strange name for an anarchist faction. I think we might want to send in the political police to take a look at that. And we're going to attack Teruel. Yeah, maybe not the best idea in the world. With this unit, what I was trying to do, it's going to take way too long, is get around this mountain range and flank the enemy here. But I'm sure they're going to have units along the way. We'll just have to find them when we find them, basically. We absolutely want to send our units out of Toledo and immediately to the front, which is going to be down here in this area. This is really where we're facing the most problems, I would say, and where we need the most assistance. And actually, I'm going to still try to reinforce this guy, but I think we're out of reinforcement points. We do still need to attack this unit. Let me get this guy max reinforcements. And that's interesting. Since we gave him max reinforcements, he lost his award. So I'm guessing, you know, this is basically a show of the unit's overall strength. Well, not really overall strength. I guess their overall combat experience. So since we added in those 5 extra units, they were kind of newbies, basically, and they took that away. Thanks a lot, guys. Send in the Air Force, and we do need to protect Toledo, so I'll send in the meta column here. And Alcazar is getting hit pretty hard. Got to be able to break this place soon. The fact that the enemy can reinforce so easily is really, really annoying. And actually here in the mountains, I'm going to reinforce as well. Again, the only point of this unit, the Persa column, is to hold the line. That's all we want them to do. Just hold the line and we'll be happy. Now, we were nearly about to destroy this unit, the Isabel la Católica Carlista. So this is obviously a Carlist unit, very pro-Catholic. And I will admit, you know, listen, this is not a war where anybody was innocent. The anarchists, CNT-5, you know, did a lot of nasty things. And this doesn't refer to all of them. But yeah, they would shoot priests, no problem. They would shoot nuns. That was pretty common stuff. And it was done on both sides. I mean, I wouldn't say that the fascists would shoot priests and nuns, but they would shoot peasants without any, you know, thought, if they even merely suspected they were communists or working for the revolution. So everybody in this war, I mean, this was a dirty war, no doubt about it. Many call it basically the training war for World War II, because it ended just few months before World War II began. And of course, this was a great opportunity for Italy and Germany, and also the Soviets, to try out their troops, try out their tactics, you know, even political tactics. So they learned a lot from this war. This unit we're going to reinforce. Again, those units on the front line, I want to keep them strong. As for these other guys, we can, of course, let them take some hits as they're attacking Cordoba, because they can stand a few hits. Now, here at Malaga, I want to try and reinforce. And nice, we can get max reinforcements for our international columns, and that's actually pretty realistic. There were a lot of different people from different countries that fought for the Republicans and the fascists. So, you know, for instance, you had French that fought for the Republicans, and you also had French that fought for the fascists. for the fascist cause. I might do a video on that, a separate video, like a historical one like I did for the Finnish Civil War nearly 2 years ago. But if you guys want a video like that, please let me know in the comments down below, because that takes a lot of work. But I'd love to make a video just discussing the different factions. Some I don't know nearly as much about, like the Carlists and the Phalangists, but some I know a great deal. All right, Oviedo is ripe for the taking. Of course, we've got a lot of basically half-strength units here. So the real question is, do we reinforce these guys or do we keep attacking Oviedo? I think we keep attacking Oviedo. And it might be a bad idea, but I just want to try and make sure that we weaken them as much as possible. So at the very least, if they're going to reinforce, it's going to cost them a tremendous amount. And these guys, I'm actually going to send them over here. No, actually, you know what? So indecisive. Yeah, I'm going to send these guys over here to assist with the taking of Miranda. Now, you guys might be asking yourselves, why didn't I attack Miranda directly? I'm not going to say in the American, Miranda. It's just Miranda. And that's basically because this is a city, so it's actually fortified. There's a defensive bonus. And we also have a lot of units around this Serador column, this nationalist column. So this is a good opportunity to potentially take out an enemy threat. Or at least greatly weaken them. See, the mistake we did there was not moving that guy. Once we move away, we can no longer move the unit. That's one thing about strategic command that definitely makes you think twice. You know what I'm going to do? Reinforce. Let's just hope they don't slip past us and go straight for Bilbao. It wouldn't be the first time they've tried that trick on me. We'll reinforce our Basque columns here. And we'll also reinforce the Malatesta column. We can actually purchase some units, and I'm going to see if we can't get one for the Popular Front. We might not have enough money to get it. So we have 750 MPP available. Seems like quite a bit. No. All right, we just purchased a tank regiment. We didn't give any upgrades to it, so I don't know how badly that's going to affect us. And I'm going to also produce a tank regiment on the anarchist side as well. And we might be able to purchase a brigade here. Actually, I'd rather get our division. Let's see, a regiment. I think this is just referring to the leader. So let's get this guy. And don't forget, if you guys want to be put in the game, we can actually put you in the game. As long as we, if you give me a name and then we purchase units. Another interesting thing here, I was almost certain that there was one faction that sort of switched sides, and I think it's the Carlists. Because as you can see here, we don't currently have the ability to purchase Carlists, but eventually we probably will. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase that division. And again, we can't give them any bonuses. I'm not sure why that is. Might have to research them. And close. All right, guys, we're turning it over to the fascists. We've done everything we can. Wish us the best of luck. Also, keep in mind the King Kong tank is going to be available next turn. And I'm hoping and thinking that that's really going to help us on the battlefield. Over here, of course, they did take one of our cities. It's a tiny village, but it's big enough to make a difference. And, of course, they are reinforcing. Look at how they just reinforced that unit to 10. Like, what I want to know is how much MPP do the nationalists actually have here? Because this is becoming a bit overwhelming. I hope they start running out, and maybe we need to be taking those cities before they do start running out. That might be the issue. Amazing attack there. Took out 4. And they are headed towards Badajoz. That is a big city. We don't want to lose Badajoz. That's one unit they did not actually give any reinforcements to, so we need to go after that like a pack of rabid dogs after just a bit of meat. We have got to get that thing. There's also this guy that's at 2. Let's please hope that they forget to reinforce, or that they're unable to, so we can destroy that unit. Wow, 7. They just, unbelievable. So the enemy absolutely did some very good offensive attacks this turn, and our men could barely stand up to them. I mean, in some cases they stood up very well, but in some cases they just got wiped out on the first attack, which is just hard to believe. And that's the difference in training here. Something we got to watch out for. So we got to get those King Kong tank regiments up so that we can put a fight against these fascists, because they are tough and they damn sure know how to fight. Nice shooting. There we go. Put up a good fight there. In the hills there, in the mountains, we seem to do very well. And that's probably the defensive bonus. There might even be a defensive bonus just being in close proximity to them, because our unit is not actually in the mountains. He's just outside of them. And they're definitely making a push towards Bilbao, which we don't want to lose. Italian bombers arrive in Majorca. So this is bad. The Italians have now arrived. And the Iberia column has been destroyed, Bilbao column destroyed, and the Sabio column destroyed. Essentially, each one of our factions lost something. Alright. Where are you going to put you, lads? And, of course, these guys are going to have to go with boom, the boom units, which we have a lot of here. Let's see if we can find that weak unit. I won't play the whole turn, but one thing I will do is I'll reinforce this. The red and black column. Now that's an anarchist name. Reinforce this. And this column is, of course, dedicated to Durruti. We want to go after that too. I think they reinforced. I think this was it. And I think they reinforced him, man. That's really annoying. I'm definitely going to attack here. Let's see if that artillery can get a shot. Well, at least we know we can get a shot. That's pretty neat. Didn't expect that to be possible. And, of course, Alcazar. Man, it's just out of our grief. Out of our grief? Out of our reach. Put this guy back. Move this anarchist unit forward. And we'll attack from here as well, but overall they seem to be holding out pretty well in that area. Okay, guys, well, I definitely want some comments down below about how you guys think the fight is going, and basically where you guys think we should go from here. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to attack that unit. I'm not attacking Cordoba this turn, just so that I can finally take out our first unit. I don't think we've taken out a single one of their brigades yet, and we finally got one. So the Avanti column, Avanti, forward, basically a communist column, maybe it's still part of the Popular Front though, actually was able to get the glory of that kill. So I think now we want to start attacking Cordoba, but it's going to be a tough nut to crack, especially since they're almost certainly going to be reinforcing this thing nonstop. And it looks like the brave anarchists in the Proud Hun column, despite being at pretty low strength, managed to break through and do some damage there. Those are the kind of units we need in this conflict, without a doubt. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching again, and no pasaran.